Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you in another video. All right, so we have some conclusion, a conclusion to the Dennis Schröder LA Laker era. He is now with the Toronto Raptors, 2 year, 26 mil, 13 a year from Schröder. I think that's closer to a payday you can be happy about if you're Dennis Schröder. You've been waiting to get this type of coin for about 3 years now, and so that's really good for him. And maybe he can play his role up from here, since obviously Fred VanVleet just took $1 trillion to go play in Houston. And so that opportunity is available to him. Play next to Grady, play next to Scotty. Obviously, they're going to put Scotty in more of a position to now be the point guard, I'd imagine. Fred VanVleet gone. OG Anunoby in place, of course, also can help with some ball handling duty. Um, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do now, because even though they've played Dennis Schröder 13 mil, I don't think he's your answer at point guard. And they have an opportunity to continue to do some things here. They just re-signed Jakob Poeltl, and I don't think they signed him to nothing too crazy. 80 million. I don't think that's nuts at all, given the fact that Fred VanVleet is leaving some money behind. So it's going to be interesting to see what else they do. Um, but that's what we know right there. Dennis Schröder finds a home, at least for 2 years, or you know how this goes. 2 year deal. They probably trade it next summer or something like that. But nevertheless, he's got some money coming his way to signify his role on the Los Angeles Lakers, um, getting us to the Western Conference Finals. He had a big part to do with that, and I'm gonna miss him out here, because he really turned himself into a very respectful defender for our basketball team. That wasn't what I was expecting at all, and the way that he was able to, at times throughout the course of the season, just really put real production on the board, particularly in times where we really didn't have a lot. Obviously, our coach also leaned on him quite a bit in small ball lineups, and we talked a great deal about how we were unhappy with that in the first half of the season. But all in all, Dennis Schröder was very good. Even in those small ball roles, he wasn't the weakest link. So, we'll miss him around here. He was a good Laker in both tenures. To be honest with you, I liked what he did um, back in 2021 as well. So unfortunately, he didn't take his bag, and he's been waiting this long to get some type of compensation that looks even remotely like this. So I'm very happy for him. This is a very good thing, very good day for Dennis Schröder. And there were probably times where it didn't look like it was really possible for him to have a day like this, a payday like this. Um, Throughout the course of the season, you didn't think he'd be able to get 13 a year, but I think what he did in the playoffs, some of what we saw in the play-in tournament near the end of the season, it really signified that he had earned himself a payday. And when the Lakers picked up Gabe Vincent and ultimately did some other things, Cam Reddish, you could just kind of tell that the road had ended for him here in LA. So, congratulations to Dennis Schröder. Thank you for what you were able to contribute in regards to our team, and good luck in Toronto. And for the Toronto Raptors, I'm like I said, I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do. I think Scotty Barnes is a player that is going to definitely have an opportunity to take some steps forward this year and really be one of those big time players in this league. And he has such fantastic two-way ability that it's only going to get better from here. And so we'll see what they want to do with OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam. But it seems to me that them re-signing Jakob Poeltl should, in theory, put some things in position to kind of stay on this timeline. Now, for me, I think Grady Dick is going to be a player that really does some things for them in regards to their lineup and how they're positioned. Having a shooter like that on the floor is going to be a dynamic that they haven't had, with Fred VanVleet not really shooting very well this past season. Gary Trent kind of being a little inconsistent, but I think they're bringing him back. I'm not sure how that turned out. He's probably still out there trying to figure something out, but I think he opted in. I don't know how that went. Forgive me. But I believe that's how that went. And so with that type of shooting on the team, you got to feel pretty good. So I think that's going to bring a different dynamic to them. And, if Dennis Schröder can give them some of the production that he gave us, they should be okay. You know what I mean? As it pertains to their point guard position. But that's not necessarily a starting point guard there. You want to definitely get somebody to step in front of him, play that position, and I don't know who they have to do that. Because Grady is most definitely a 2. So I'm telling you, I'm thinking it's going to be Scotty. And that's probably a good thing, because he can definitely play the role. It's just going to be very difficult for people to guard him. It's going to be very difficult to match up with him for most teams. So, yeah, that's going to be what I see there. So that's pretty much what I got to say in regards to that. I wanted to get into some other things, but I think I'll leave it right here at Dennis Schröder going to the Toronto Raptors for 2 years. BDL 44. I thank you all for watching.